The saints of God, I just want to today we'll be talking about dreams, and it's powerful because we're going to be sharing some of the most important things that you've some of the things you've ignored about dreams. I've received a lot of messages about dreams, and I'm going to just start interpreting some of those dreams here directly. I'm going to start sharing why those dreams are important. So before I start sharing, there's something that you need to understand, that the interpretation of your dreams is very important. When you dream, you need to find somebody to interpret your dream in a correct manner, because if your dreams are not interpreted in a correct manner, you are going to face lots of problems. That's why kings had to have people, they call them the Magi's. The Magi's, they came around, they stood around kings. They were the wise men. They interpreted dreams for kings. Why do kings require Magi's? Because they knew that dreams are important. Dreams, they are God's connection to you. When God wants to speak to you, He speaks to you through dreams. It's one of the methods the way God speaks to you. Dreams are is 1/6 of prophecy, so it's like an unripe prophecy. In the book of Genesis alone, the book of Genesis, a small book, the very first book of the Bible, Genesis, has 10 dreams. 10 dreams in Genesis. Very, very important that you understand dreams. And this is some of the part that some of you have ignored. And today we'll be sharing the mysteries of animals in dreams. So when you see animals in dreams, what does it mean? I receive a message. I see messages about people seeing things in dreams. Animals. Some people see lions. Some people see cats. Some people see dogs. Some people see snakes chasing them in their dream. What does it mean? They have a meaning. They have a meaning. I will share you something about in Genesis chapter 40. When the Bible speaks about the man called Daniel, the Bible says Daniel was in prison. And when Daniel was in prison, they brought two people in that prison, two prisoners. One of the prisoners was a winemaker, was a wine presser. The other prisoner was a baker, was a guy that made bread for the king. One was a winemaker, the other one was a baker. Now Daniel interpreted the dreams of those people. In the night, one of the baker dreamed that he was out and he was serving the king. He saw himself serving the king with wine in a wine glass, serving the king with wine. And the man said Daniel should interpret the dream because it was frightening for him. He thought he was going to die in that prison. The other baker dreamed something. He dreamed that he baked bread for the king, but birds came into the air and they ate the bread. And as he was carrying the bread to the tray, he saw birds eating the bread. And they asked Daniel for interpretation. Now Daniel had two interpretations. The one person, Daniel told the first one, the winemaker, that in 3 days' time you are going to go out of this prison. The king is going to set you free in 3 days' time, and because the king will set you free in 3 days' time, you are going to serve the king with wine. That's how Daniel interpreted the dream. So you're going to continue your job and serve the king. Then he told the baker, he says, you in 3 days' time you are going to go out of the prison. You're going to be set free from this prison. He says, but when you be set free from this prison, you shall be killed, because I see you are going to die. How did Daniel know that one of the persons, the winemaker, was going to live and the other one was going to die? How did Daniel know that? Because they had the same dream. They both dreamed that they were going to serve the king, that they were out of the prison, they were going to serve the king. How did Daniel know that one was going to serve the king and the other one was going to die in 3 days' time? How did Daniel know that? I'll tell you why. It's the animals. It's the bird. Now, the first person's dream, when the person came out, the first person, when he dreamt and told Daniel, I was serving the king with wine. I saw myself serving the king and the king was drinking. I gave the king wine. Daniel told the person that in 3 days' time you are going to be released. How did Daniel know? The king's birthday was in 3 days' time. The birthday of that king was in 3 days' time. So Daniel knew in 3 days' time the king is going to need more people to serve him. He says in 3 days' time you are going to be released and you are going to go back to your job. Now the other person, the baker that Daniel told him, you are going to die. How did Daniel know? Well, let me show you how Daniel knew that the baker was going to die. This is powerful. You need to watch Kashish. How did Daniel know the baker was going to die? The baker said he saw birds coming and eating his bread that he was carrying to go and give the king. That some birds came in the air and was eating the bread that he baked. Now, there's a wise man that says, if you make a statue that looks like a human being, a statue that resembles, that looks very real like a human being. If you have a statue, that cocoon, a statue that you make that is so real, the only way to distinguish that statue from a real human being is that birds run away from human beings. If they see a statue, the birds will come there and they're going to stay there on the head of that statue. That's why birds don't run away from statue. They know statues don't live. The reason that the birds came and ate the bread from that man's house, for the man's hand, was because the bird saw that that was in the dream. In the dream, the bird saw that man was the dead man. It was like a statue. So Daniel saw within that man's dream that the thing that the man was, the person that was carrying the bread was actually not that man. It was a statue. So the man was not alive, because if the man was alive, the birds will not come and eat his bread. Birds don't come and eat the bread of people that just walk on the street. Birds run away. They will flee. They will run away. If they say a live human being, they will run away. Because birds, they know the soul. When the soul is in a human being, they run away. If you put a dead body, birds will come and eat that dead body. Dogs will eat that dead body. But if a human being stands there, the birds will run away. Why? Because the soul of that person will chase them away. So the birds knew that that person was a dead person. So animals are very important. So Daniel, that's why some of the little things you miss in your dreams can be the most important thing in that dream. It's important to call a person to interpret your dream, so that the person should also bring life, give life to your dream, and can reverse things that happen in your dream. Don't ask anybody to interpret your dreams for you. I don't ask anybody to interpret my dreams for me. Call a person, a prophetic man of God that can change the course of your dream. Because if that baker would have gone down and told Daniel, I don't want to die, pray to your God so that your God should give me life, Daniel would have spoken a word and reversed that dream. It's very powerful. So before I go into the animals, let me explain how you are. You're like an onion. You see this onion? Let me tell you, this is how a human being is. A human being is like an onion. Most of you don't know that you're like an onion. If you look at an onion, onion has got many layers. There are many layers. These many layers represent the many souls that you have. You don't have only one soul. You've got many. Your soul is like a layer. So your soul is not only inside your body. Your soul there's a portion in your body. There's a portion outside your body. So just like this onion, the part that is down this onion, this is your body. This like the part that you see, the physical part, the part that you see, this is your body. This part that is your body is the physical part, and there are souls that are in your body and there are souls that are around your body, but there are higher souls. So you've got there are souls that are in the higher realms. So some of your souls are living in this higher realm, the spiritual. That's why some people can see that, see open vision. Why? Because their soul that is in the higher realm has given them that information from the open vision and is going down to the physical soul. So this is your body that you see has his own soul. So there's a part of the soul that is your body that's called your intellect. It creates judgment. That's why you know right from wrong, you know good from bad. It makes judgment for you. But when you sleep, most of this your soul, you see this soul that you see that is around you and within you, they become free. They become free. Most of it become free. That's why sleep is like a part of death. They leap out of their bodies like freedom. They go out and get recharged. So they move out. So these ones are in the spirit. Some of the souls are in the spiritual realm start connecting with other souls in the spiritual realm. They start talking with other people in the spiritual realm. Start talking with other souls in the spiritual realm, and they hear things. In the realm of the spirit, there's no past, there's no present, there's no future. So your soul can hear something that will happen in the future. Your soul can see somebody die in the future. Your soul can see somebody having an accident in the future. Your soul can hear other souls talking about somebody winning a business contract in the future. Because in the realm of the spirit, the souls don't understand the past, present, and future. Everything is wrapped in one. What happens in the past, the present, and future is happening in one. That's why some of you, when you sleep, you start dreaming of people that were fighting you 10 years ago. You start seeing some of the divorces that happened 10 years ago. You start seeing some of those things that come back because your soul is connected to the realm of the what I call the spiritual realm. And they start communicating with other souls. When you are awake, most of this portion goes back, but there's a portion that still remains in the spiritual realm. So you're like an onion. It's very important that you understand that you're like an onion. Your soul is not only in your body, that part of your soul that's outside. That's why when for example, my father passed away, his soul is not living in the heavenly realm. If my father sees me, he will not know whether I'm alive or I'm alive on this earth or I'm not alive on this earth. He will not know that. Why? Because when he sees my soul, all he sees is my soul. So he will be thinking, maybe I've joined him there. So when the people that are living that have died and their souls are living that spiritual realm, and when they come in contact with your soul, they will not know whether you are still alive on earth or you have moved over there. It's difficult for them to know. Some of them, they need to really be strong in the spirit to know that this person is still alive on earth. So that's why you need to understand. So when you dream, your soul gets that information from the realm of the spirit and pass it down to your body. That's why some people forget their dreams, because the grace of getting that message back into their body and remembering them when they get up in the morning is not there. So they forget their dreams. They forget, but they do dream. Some of them remember that they do dream. Now, what happens when you dream? When you dream, you come in contact with many souls and they pass information. Some of them are demonic souls. Some of them are evil spirits. You come in contact with many. They put that information into your soul, and you need to be able to know which one is which, and you're able to change. You need to be able to change which one. And what does animals mean in the dream? There are various different types of animals. Let me tell you about the first animals that we saw. Is horses. Horses mean judgment. Horses mean power and judgment. So it means judgment. So when you see a horse in your dream, it's talking about judgment. When you see a horse chasing you, it's talking about something like the law or something, some kind of court case or something that's going to chase you. Some kind of court case that's going to chase you. The horse represents judgment, represents power, so it's going to chase you. That's what the horse means. That's why some people talk about 101 horsepower, 3 horsepower. It talks about judgment and authority. Now, when you see cats in your dreams, cats are very particular because it depends on the kind of cat, a white cat, a black cat, what kind of cat. When you see cats in your dreams, cats are mischievous, so they're bringing something that is mischief. Is like creating problems. So meaning that they're warning you. So most of the time, what you see in your dreams is a warning. They're warning you of things to come. They're warning you of a mischief. Maybe people planning evil things against you. People planning to destroy your home. People planning to destroy your marriage. So people planning to destroy your job. So cats are mischievous. Meaning there's a plan that is happening in the background. So that's what that cats mean. The thing about dreams most people don't understand is that dreams mean the same whether you believe in which heaven, whether you believe in God, whether you're a Muslim, whether you're a Christian, whether you're a Christian. It doesn't matter what you are. Your soul is the same. For every human being that God created on this earth, God put something in that person to bring him back to himself, and that's called your soul. God, there's still a connection that you have with God. No person is disconnected. God created everyone, and He put something. There's a piece of God that is learning in everyone. Whether you believe in God or you don't believe in God, your soul is there, and you dream. That's very powerful. When you see fish, what does fish mean in your dream? You see fish. Fish means souls. It means winning of souls. So God is calling you to be an evangelist. So sometimes when you see fish, it means you have been called into the ministry. Sometimes when you see yourself in the boat fishing, or in the boat in the water, it means that there's a vehicle that God wants to give you for ministry. So whether it be a TV ministry, a social media ministry, or some kind of ministry, God is putting you in a vehicle. God wants to be in that vehicle. Very powerful. Elephants. What do elephants mean? Elephants mean miracles. They mean miracles. When you see an elephant in your dream, the elephant means miracles. When you see an ox, what is an ox? The ox, the thing that they use, the Bible talks about ox that they use to work a farm, to do farming with the ox. You talk about do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. Talk about the yoke that they put on an ox. When you see an ox, the ox represents the earth. So when you see yourself riding an ox, it means you are going to be wealthy. Talk about wealth, because you are going to be walking in this earth and you're going to reign in this earth, because the ox represents the earth. But if you see yourself in dreams, now this would depend. Being crushed down by ox, being smashed by ox, it's a warning that you're going to die. Because the ox walks on the ground, the earth. So what is under the earth is a grave. That's what it means. You're going to die. It means you're going to die. Otherwise, you need a person that understands the dream that will reverse that dream. When you see a lion talks about one of the things that people don't know about lions. It's not only about authority. A lion also has. When you see a lion in the dream, it also means wisdom. It means God is calling you for some specific thing. I want to give you specific wisdom to do that thing. Lions are very wise. God is also calling you to a place of authority, in a place where you're going to be leadership. He's putting you in a position of leadership. So He wants to promote you in a position of leadership. If you're seeing any of these animals in your dream, you should write to me. I'm going to interpret them, because it depends on what kind of lion. A lion that is chasing you, or you are working with a lion that wants to eat you, or those kind of things. It depends on how that lion appears in your dream. Eagles means speed. It means clarity. There's a miracle that's going to happen speed in your life. When you see eagles in your dream, eagles, it means there's a miracle that wants to happen speed in your life. And sometimes it also means, sometimes it means that there's clarity, something going to be clarified. You may be having doubt, some of the things will be clarified. Let's say you see an eagle in your dream, and your husband has been cheating, or your wife has been cheating. God is saying that He's going to show you, reveal to you that thing that's happening, the truth. Within a short space of time, you're going to either catch that person or find out what is happening. Sometimes you're doing an investigation. When you see an eagle, He's saying that the truth about this investigation is going to be revealed in your life. This is very powerful. And I want to pray for you. Now send me your prophetic dreams, and I'm going to interpret those dreams for you. I'm going to help you understand the things in the dream. Most people don't understand dreams are powerful. They will help you. They will lighten you. They will open your eyes to things of the Spirit, in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.